Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
This is the city. Los Angeles, California. 2 million residents eat out a lot. So do 4 million tourists. There are more than 5,000 restaurants in Los Angeles. Restaurants with world-famous names and world-famous shapes. Places where you can buy a hamburger at 4 o'clock in the morning. Places that serve it raw and call it steak tartare. You can be served by a pretty waitress, or you can serve yourself. Once in a while, somebody tries a different kind of self-service. That's when I go to work. I carry a badge. It was Wednesday, September 12th. It was warm in Los Angeles. We were working the day watch out of burglary division. My partner's Frank Smith. The boss is Captain Bernard. My name's Friday. During the night, a supermarket at the corner of Pico and 3rd had been broken into. The burglars cleaned out the safe and they got away with a lot of cash. We had to find them.
Well, now, they sure made a mess of my office.
Yes, sir.
Look at it.
Yes, sir. How much do you have in that safe, Mr. Dullen?
You mean both?
What do you mean?
Cash and checks?
Yes, sir. Were the checks stamp worthy?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. They can't be negotiated. How much money do you have in there?
No, here it is. $1,749 in bills and $164 in coin. It totals $1,913.
Now, what about the denominations of the bills?
Singles, 5s, and 10s mostly, some 20s.
Nothing larger?
I got a good memory for the big bills. There weren't any. Well, they'll never take a prize for being neat, those crooks.
No, sir.
Just look at this desk, would you?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a trash pile. Want to know something?
What's that, sir?
If you hadn't said they broke open my safe like professionals, you know what I'd guessed?
No, what's that?
They were kids, juveniles.
Well, why's that?
Well, it seems such a silly thing for grown men to do.
I don't believe I follow you, Mr. Dullen.
I'm referring to these crackers they dumped all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
They're called English biscuits. Come 2 dozen in a box.
Is that so?
I counted them a little while ago.
Yes, sir.
Didn't touch them, though. Remember you told me, don't handle nothing.
That's right.
You get into the habit of counting up items in the grocery business.
Yes, sir. What about the crackers?
Well, they're all there, the whole 24 of them that were in the box.
Is that so?
If there was just one missing, or even only a bite taken out of one, then I'd say somebody tried them and didn't like them.
Uh-huh.
But no. They opened the box and crumbed up the top of my desk just to be annoying. Kid stuff. Can't figure no reason for all them crackers to be here, can you?
Yeah.
What?
They wanted the box.
Huh?
Well, it's missing, isn't it?
Well, what do they want it for?
Apparently to put something inside.
What?
Well, sir, I don't know.
Well, it's just an ordinary cardboard carton. Wouldn't hold much.
Obviously, it was the right size for them.
What do you mean?
Well, they had their choice.
Looks like a hideout job, Joe.
Yeah.
The door's back there leading from the storeroom to the parking lot.
That's where my deliveries come in.
The doors have been jimmied.
From the inside?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What does it mean?
What time did this market close last night?
9 o'clock, like every weekday.
Who locked up?
I did.
Did you notice anybody loitering around before you closed?
Nope, all the customers were gone.
You checked to make sure?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if there was someone in the store, I'd have seen them, wouldn't I?
No, sir.
Why not?
You didn't. Frank and I continued to talk to Otto Dullen. He remembered a few late customers in the market the night before, but he was unable to recall any details about them. 9:37 a.m. We talked with Mary Lecter, a checker at the Dullen market, who'd been the only other person working at closing time the night before. She wasn't able to tell us anything. At 9:51 a.m., a crew from Leighton Prince began working over the safe, the desk, and all other possible areas. They came up negative. No prints could be found on the broken door either. Next, the crime lab checked out the scratches on the door and confirmed it had been jimmied from inside. The probable M.O. was one of the burglars had hidden in the market until it closed. He forced open the rear door, letting in his accomplice with the tools they'd needed to open the safe. 10:12 a.m., Frank and I went back to the office. The stats office made a run on the M.O. There was no make. 3 days later, Saturday, September 15th, the manager of a food market on North Jefferson opened his store and found that burglars had been there during the night. The M.O. was the same. A rear door had been forced from inside and the safe cut open. Over $2,200 in cash had been stolen.
No, I don't remember anyone lingering around when I closed up. Not anyone who wasn't supposed to be in the store.
What time did you close?
9 p.m. prompt, same as every night. It's in the book.
Huh?
The managers in this food market chain do everything by a book. It's called the manager's manual.
Oh.
Yeah, you do what it says, fine. If you ignore it, you'll be turning your keys before you know it hit you.
I see.
The first item in the book's a big one. Keep it in mind, can't go wrong.
Oh, what's that?
It says, don't think for yourself.
Uh-huh.
Well, not those words exactly, but the same thought.
I see.
It's like my wife says, I'm only the manager.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but the book, it's the boss.
Yeah.
What's it say about locking up at night before everybody's out?
It says, be careful not to.
Well, how do you go about that?
Being careful?
Yes, that's right.
I act in the manner prescribed in the manual. It's the last thing I do before I close.
And what would that be?
Holler.
What's that?
Clearly and loudly so that it can be heard in every department. Anybody here? Like that.
I see.
If anybody is, they holler back. It's a good system, simple and cheap. All it costs a little lung power.
Kind of looks like the cost went up, doesn't it? To $2,200. We continued to question Henry Loader. He told us that there'd been several people in the store before closing. The manager said he had no reason to remember any particular one of them. Before we left, we talked with the 2 other employees who'd been there at the time. They couldn't help us either. The following Wednesday, September 19th, the 3rd hit was reported. This time a supermarket on Harper near Western. The M.O. was the same as in the 2 previous jobs. A hideout, jimmied back door, the safe opened. The cracker box the thieves took with them was even the same brand as before. There were no leads. 10:57 a.m., Frank and I got back to the office after checking out the burglary.
I don't get it.
What's that?
All this thing about the cracker boxes.
What about it?
It worries me.
Oh?
More than you think, Joe.
Oh, well, how come?
Well, I can't study for the sergeant's exam. Not like I used to.
Well, why not?
Well, after dinner, when Fay gets the kids off to bed and the house quiets down, that's when I hit the books.
Yeah.
I never had trouble concentrating before. Once I even got through a whole chapter before the kids said goodnight.
Is that so?
I know it doesn't sound like much to you, but ask any dad.
No, I believe you.
Well, anyway, since we started on this case, it's been awful rough trying to concentrate.
Can't get your mind off it, huh?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Well, what's your problem then?
Fay can't.
What's that?
Fay can't. When she comes back from tucking in the kids, she starts right in talking about it.
Oh, is that so?
All day she dreams up theories about what the safe busters want those boxes for.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we're alone at night, she's got to tell me. And that's why I haven't been able to study.
Oh, I see.
I wish I knew why she's so interested in this cracker box deal.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Ask her.
That's the idea.
I did, Joe.
What'd you say?
But she wasn't sure herself why she's so keen on the subject.
Oh?
Unless because
Well, because what?
they've always been her favorite crackers.
Burglary Friday. Oh, how are you, Peg? Yeah. Oh, is that so? No, let's have it anyway. Uh-huh. What do you look like? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Let me have that address again. I forget. Yeah. 3-8, huh? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, Peg, right away. Right. Thanks very much. Peggy Manders.
Oh?
She wants to see us.
What about?
She says she met a man who took her out, bought her a few drinks.
Uh-huh.
Started shooting off his mouth.
About what?
How he chiseled some guy out of a lot of money.
Well, how did he?
Well, according to Peg, he said something about hiding it.
Huh?
In a cracker box. "11:05 a.m. We left the police building and we drove out to Peggy Mander's apartment on North 7th Street.
How's it going, Peg?
I got no kicks, giving or receiving.
What's that mean?
Got no kick against life, get no kick out of living.
Oh,
It's a standoff.
You working, Peg?
Yeah, waitress.
Cocktail?
Hash. Night shift in a grease slop down on Sunset and 3rd. Known as the Soup Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
You know the place?
Oh, we passed by it.
Well, don't ever eat there. Even the toothpicks have turned.
All right, Peg, you want to give us a rundown?
Yeah, but don't expect too much, though. Like I told you on the phone. I don't know too much about it.
All right, go on.
It was like this. It's my day off, and I'm on the town, alone and footloose. First thing I do is grab a slow lunch. And then I head for the downtown stores to find bargains.
uh-huh.
Well, in a couple of hours, I'm all shopped out, and I'm still footloose. Only they don't feel so loose no more after all the walking I did.
Yeah.
So I dropped into a Broadway grindhouse to rest my arches and catch a certain movie I'd missed.
That was yesterday.
A day before Monday.
Uh-huh.
Inside the theater's where I met him. This guy, I mean.
Yeah, go ahead.
He just came in and took the seat next to me. Pretty soon we got to talking. I was glad to have company. Been pretty lonely out all day.
I see.
So, after a while, we up and left together.
Where'd you go?
There was this dirty old bar around the corner. I don't know the name of the place, but no matter what they call it, it's still too fancy for the joint. You can see the kind of hole it was.
Yeah. What's your friend's name?
Former friend, please.
All right, Peg, thin it out for us.
He said I should call him Roy.
Roy what?
I never found out his last name.
That's too bad.
He got my full name, though. Full phone number, too. Sure got gassed.
Did you?
Not me. I only had a ladylike 3 drinks. But him? I never saw anyone knock down booze so fast or get smashed so quick. Like it was going out of style.
Is that when he started talking?
Yeah. Began yakking his head off.
About what?
He gave me that jazz about how he hid some money in some boxes. Cracker boxes they were. And cut down somebody's share.
Did he mention a name?
Mm-mm. Kept repeating the same thing over and over for a while.
All right, go on, Peg.
He seemed real pleased about it. The cracker box deal, I mean. Like it was a big victory for him.
What else he tell you?
I should order him another drink.
Oh.
He downed it in one tilt. 3 gulps. Then he began talking another language.
Which one?
Intoxication.
Yeah.
Spoke it with a heavy bourbon accent.
What'd he say?
Just a lot of words running loose.
Any of them make sense?
Well, he mentioned something about a supermarket.
Go on.
And how he stalled around until it closed. Mean anything to you?
Yeah, it might. Then what happened?
I went home.
Oh?
We had a big argument about it, me and Roy. He wanted to go with me.
Uh-huh.
I finally convinced him. But he gave me a little something to take with me.
What's that? Oh.
I owe him for this eye. Want him to know I'm not going to forget it. That's why I called you first thing.
Yeah, Peg. First thing a day later.
I mean after the phone call, when I made the date.
What date?
For tonight with Roy.
What time?
He's picking me up at 7:30.
"11:39 a.m. We left Peggy Mander's apartment and we went back to the office. 6:10 p.m. Frank and I had an early dinner.
Well, I guess we better shove off, huh?
Well, I don't know. We got plenty of time.
What do you mean?
Well, did you ever show up at a girl's apartment a half hour early?
Me? I'm not a very good example, Joe.
Why not?
I don't call on them any time. I'm married.
Oh, well, you weren't always married, were you?
Well, I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
Seems to me I was born married.
– 6:44 p.m. We drove back out to Peg Mander's apartment on North 7th Street. 8:02 p.m. The suspect was late, or else he wasn't intending to show at all. There was nothing we could do but wait.
You sure he said 7:30? He's got the right address, huh?
Yeah.
How do you know for certain?
He had the right phone number, didn't he? He'll be here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried.
That's right, Peg, you're not.
Are you giving me the needle?
No.
I think I'll make some coffee.
What do you think?
He could have been tipped.
Who by? Well, she wouldn't do it. He gave her the black eye.
Maybe.
She called us.
Women have been known to change their minds.
Oh. I thought only wives did that.
You fellas didn't want any coffee, did you?
No thanks, Peg, not right now.
I thought I did, but I changed my mind. You see?
Hi.
Police officers, you're under arrest.
Hey, what is this?
Get those hands up.
32, Joe.
All right, what's your name?
John Doe, what's yours?
It's gonna be like that, huh?
No, it's gonna be worse.
Let me see your wallet.
No thanks.
Where's your identification?
I forgot to order any.
All right, let's go.
Where?
Downtown, we want to talk to you.
Now, wait a minute, fellas. You can't take me in for carrying a gun. I was only bringing it to my girlfriend here so she could protect herself.
Don't try to tie me into it, Big Shot. I didn't ask you for no gun, and I don't need no protection.
Why are you going along with these guys? You got no reason to set me up?
Oh, I think she has, fella.
What?
"8:36 p.m. We took the suspect downtown for further questioning. En route, he became more cooperative. He told us his name was Roy Farlow and that he was 32 years old. We ran the suspect's name through R&I. They came up with a package. Farlow's record went back to 1948 when he pulled a year for purse snatching. The suspect had been arrested twice locally since then for simple assault, no disposition, and an attempted burglary, acquitted. The package showed he'd been released from the Nevada State Prison 10 months before after doing 2 years for breaking into a supermarket. The next morning, Thursday, September 20th, Frank and I again questioned Farlow about the supermarket burglaries. He denied any knowledge of them. He was held on a charge of being an ex-convict with a gun. At 10:17 a.m., Sergeant Fred Kennery of Auto Theft Division dropped in to see us.
Hi, Freddie. What's on your mind?
I understand you're working on some safe cuttings.
Yeah, that's right. Why?
When did they make their last hit?
Tuesday night.
Then I think I may have something for you.
Oh, we could sure use it, Fred. We made an arrest last night, but the guy's a little tough to crack. We need some kind of a wedge to open him up.
Well, I'm not sure I've got anything, but...
Let's have it, whatever it is.
You know a thief named Bert Timmons?
Bert Timmons. Uh-uh.
Is he a car heister?
Mostly.
What else?
Getaway driver, lookout.
Uh-huh.
Well, Tuesday at 7:25 p.m., we got a call from a doctor reporting his car had been stolen from a lot while he was making a house call. It was a blue Mercury sedan.
Mm-hmm. Go on, Fred.
Well, the next day, yesterday, one of our black and whites turned the doc's car. Found it abandoned on an access road off Laurel Canyon.
The doc was lucky, huh?
So were we. We got some good prints. R&I matched him with Bert Timmons.
You pick him up?
Within 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
Well, Fred, where's the tie-in with the safe jobs?
They found something else in the car.
Yeah, what's that?
This. The doctor said it isn't his.
Part of an acetylene torch. 10:43 a.m. We had Bert Timmons brought to an interrogation room for questioning. The suspect said that he had never seen the piece of acetylene torch before. He claimed that he had never met Roy Farlow, and he denied any connection with the supermarket burglaries. 11:49 a.m. We showed mugshots of Roy Farlow to the two checkers who had been working the night the market on Harper and Western had been hit. Neither girl could put Farlow in the store on the night of the burglary, but one of them recalled seeing a customer resembling the suspect the following morning. He'd bought just one item, she said, a box of crackers. 12:29 p.m. Frank and I went back to the office.
Well, it makes sense, except for one thing.
What's that?
Well, don't you think they're taking a big risk?
What, of somebody else getting a particular cracker box with the money in it?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Well, how do you figure?
Well, you've seen people when they go in a market to do some shopping. Don't they usually take the box that's the handiest? You know, one from the front row up front? They don't generally reach in behind and take one from back here, do they?
No.
And besides that, the first thing in the morning, the minute that market opens, one of the thieves would be there. He'd go right in and buy the box with the loot in it, wouldn't he?
Well, like I said before, Joe, it makes sense to me.
Well, let's try it out on somebody else then.
Who?
The suspects. 1:05 p.m. Both Farlow and Timmons were brought in from the detention cells for further questioning. They made a big point of not knowing each other. We couldn't be sure they did.
You might as well save your breath, Cup. You got enough saved, choke on it.
Take your hat off.
Oh, my, you're mean, man.
You keep it closed until somebody tells you to open it.
I'll go you better, copper. I won't open my mouth at all.
I'm with him.
You mean you were? On 3 jobs.
You're talking through the stupid side of your mouth. I ain't never seen this sucker before.
Don't do no good to talk. The badgers don't want to hear no truth.
Now, look, you talk when you're asked a question. No other time.
I'll go you better, cop. I ain't gonna talk no more at any time.
Yeah.
I'm with him.
You got some big time looking at you, Timmons.
I think I just now got lockjaw.
Yeah, I'll bet, for the car heist.
Nah. You know, like you get from stepping on a rusty nail.
You're trying too hard.
Only I got it from being next to some cops.
You ought to sue him.
Say, this guy's got some good ideas.
Well, you never heard his best one.
Any of you gents got a bottle of beer you ain't using?
All right, let's knock off the smart talk and let me lay it out nice and clear for you, Timmons. Now, Farlow here and his heister friend have been holding out on you. You never got your share of the loot. You were suckered 3 times out of 3.
Sure.
All right, fella, I'll show you. The Dullen supermarket went for $1,913.
Now, who'd do such a thing like rob a supermarket?
The second strike was for $2,247. That was the place on Jefferson Boulevard, you remember.
You ought to catch them guys. Well, they're nothing but a bunch of thieves.
Yeah.
The third time out was Harper and Western. That was the big one.
Uh-huh.
The take was better than $2,700.
Some people do anything for a buck.
Yeah, and that includes chiseling their friends.
Like I say, anything.
While you were playing lookout, your friends Farlow and the safe artist were pouring most of the loot into cracker boxes. Did you know that?
Is that so? I can hear you talking, but I can't buy what you're saying.
You don't know it, Timmons, but you're probably the champion mark of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to hear none of your lies, cop. They're only trying to trick you.
So let them try. It ain't costing me nothing.
Just don't pick up any of their jazz, that's all you hear.
Wait a minute. What's edging you, fella?
Nothing.
Some reason maybe you're afraid of what the badger's telling me?
Why should I be?
Why act like you are? What about them cracker boxes?
Well, that's where they put most of the take.
Let me hear some more.
Well, they'd seal the box up so it looked like all the others and put it back on the shelf. The next morning, one of them would go in and buy it just like it was an ordinary box of crackers and walk right out of the store with most of your share of the loot.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the real take was maybe twice what you and your partners divvied up.
What'd you say they got in those jobs?
We figure over $6,000. And we figure your share was less than $1,000.
You lousy rat. Shut up. You scared, Roy?
The badger's lying, you know how they do?
Yeah, I just found out how you do.
What do you mean?
You forget how you shut your mouth to me once after pulling the same shift on another guy? It was in a candy box you put the holdout then.
I never told you nothing like that, Bert, not me.
It was you.
What are you gonna do, Bert?
Try a guess.
Don't cop out, don't think.
What do you call what you and that Barney did?
I'll make it up to you, Bert, I swear it.
I'm ready to talk.
All right, you. Come on.
Don't think. I'll square with you, Bert, honest. I'll even pay for what I done if you give me a chance.
Don't you worry, Farlow.
Huh?
You'll get the chance.
On March 26th, trial was held in Department 98, Superior Court of the State of California, in and for the County of Los Angeles. In a moment, the results of that trial. The suspects were tried and convicted of burglary in the first degree, 3 counts. Burglary in the first degree is punishable by imprisonment in the state penitentiary for a period of not less than 5 years each count. Through information obtained from a statement given us by Timmons, Bernard R. Boss was subsequently apprehended and is now serving his term in the state penitentiary, San Quentin, California.